Everyone agrees Lionel Messi is the greatest footballer who ever lived. 8 Ballon d'Ors, a World Cup, every record you can name. So why does this World Cup feel different? Not exciting, not celebratory, different in a way that feels almost uncomfortable. Because this time, for the first time in his entire career, there is a very real chance Messi walks away with nothing. And in my opinion, the numbers that explain exactly why are ones almost nobody is talking about. Let me give you the full picture first, because the surface story looks incredible. Messi is 38 years old. He turns 39 during this tournament. He is appearing at his 6th World Cup, a record he shares with Cristiano Ronaldo. He has played more World Cup matches than any male player in history. 26 appearances, 2,314 minutes on the biggest stage football has. He has scored in every single round of the tournament. The group stage, the round of 16, the quarter-final, the semi-final, the final. No other player in history has ever done that. And he enters this tournament with 13 World Cup goals, just 3 behind Miroslav Klose's all-time record of 16. He also shares the all-time World Cup goal contribution record with Pelé at 21 each. One single goal or assist breaks that record outright. So yes, the surface story is extraordinary. But here's what I want you to hold in your mind for the next 10 minutes. Every single one of those records, every one of them, means absolutely nothing if Argentina don't win this. And there are 3 specific reasons based on data why that outcome is more likely than anyone wants to admit. In my opinion, the biggest threat to Argentina is not any opponent on the pitch. It is the age and injury running through the spine of this squad, and nobody wants to say it out loud. Messi turns 39 during this tournament, and he arrives here managing a hamstring issue. Just days before joining the national squad, he was forced off in the 73rd minute of Inter Miami's last MLS match, clutching the back of his left leg. Medical tests confirmed muscle fatigue, an overload in his left hamstring, not a tear. But for a 38-year-old body, the word overload 3 weeks before the biggest month of your career is not a word you want to hear. Argentina are confident he will be fit for the June 16th opener against Algeria, but he has been training separately from the squad in Kansas City, following an individual program. Then there is goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez, the man who saved Argentina's World Cup in Qatar. He broke a finger during the warm-up of Aston Villa's Europa League final victory over Freiburg. He played the full 90 minutes through the injury, remarkable in itself, but that ring finger fracture now puts his fitness for the opener in doubt. He will miss both pre-tournament friendlies. And defender Cristian Romero, one of Argentina's most important defensive players, sustained a collateral ligament strain in his right knee in April and is in a genuine race to make the opener. He is back in training, but there is a difference between training and World Cup intensity. This is not a full-strength Argentina heading into Game 1. That is a fact, not an opinion. Here is what the data tells us. Messi at 38 operates completely differently to Messi at 35 in Qatar. His pressing activity and high-intensity running have both declined, which is completely natural. What Argentina have done very cleverly is build a system around protecting him. Julian Alvarez does his running. Lautaro Martinez does his pressing. The midfield shields him. The problem? That system depends on every single piece working. And in a deep knockout run, across 8 matches in summer heat across the United States, 1 injury, 1 suspension, 1 bad night from Alvarez or Lautaro, and the entire structure around Messi collapses. Now the counter-argument is this, and it is worth taking seriously. Argentina have been here before. They managed fatigue brilliantly in Qatar 2022. Scaloni rotated, Messi was protected, and they won. That argument is fair, but Qatar was played in winter. This tournament runs through North American summer heat, a completely different physical challenge across a longer campaign. In my view, the squad has the quality. The question is whether that quality arrives at the opener intact, and right now that is genuinely uncertain. But here's the part that genuinely surprised me when I looked at the numbers. The threat to Argentina might not be their own squad at all. It might be something much more specific and much harder to plan for. In my analysis, Argentina's path to the final contains a specific tactical matchup that could end their tournament before most people expect it to. Argentina open Group J against Algeria, then Austria and Jordan. Based on bracket projections, a genuine deep run likely brings them toward a potential quarter-final against a high-pressing European side with physical dominance. France, Germany, or England are all on the other side of the draw. Here is the relevant pattern. Across the last 3 major tournaments, Argentina's most difficult moments have come almost exclusively against organised, high-pressing European sides who can match their technical quality while outrunning them physically. With Messi in a protected role and the squad already carrying fitness concerns before a ball has been kicked, that physical matchup becomes genuinely dangerous as the tournament progresses. There is also the Di María question. Ángel Di María retired from international football in 2024, after the Copa America. He was irreplaceable for Argentina, not just for his goals, but for his ability to stretch defences from wide positions and create space for Messi inside. Nobody in the current squad does what Di María did at that level. That is a specific attacking width problem that organised defences will absolutely look to exploit in the knockout rounds. The other side of this argument is worth hearing. Argentina beat France in the 2022 final, the most physically imposing side in world football at that point. Messi and company have already proven they can handle elite European pressure. That is not nothing. That is a legitimate point. In my opinion, 2022 was Messi's peak at the tournament level. This is different. And that specific Di María-shaped gap in their attack could matter more than any individual opponent they face. What is at stake here is not just a World Cup title. It is the final chapter of the greatest career in football history. And in my opinion, how this tournament ends will define how that career is remembered. More than any of the records, more than the Ballon d'Ors, more than Qatar 2022, this is the last page of the book. There is a records angle to this tournament that almost nobody has framed correctly, and it actually makes this story more urgent, not less. Messi enters this World Cup with 13 goals, 3 behind Miroslav Klose's all-time record of 16. He also shares the all-time World Cup goal contribution record with Pelé at 21. Meaning one single goal or assist breaks that record outright. And every appearance he makes extends his own record of 26 World Cup caps. That means in a tournament where Argentina go deep, Messi has a real chance to rewrite the complete statistical history of the World Cup in a single month. But here is the layer that most analysis completely misses. Kylian Mbappé also enters this tournament with 12 World Cup goals, just 1 behind Messi. Mbappé is 26 years old. He has potentially 3 or 4 World Cups ahead of him. If Messi does not break Klose's record this summer, he never will. And Mbappé may well do it in his place, perhaps as soon as 2030. That is what makes the hamstring concern more than just a fitness story. This is a 38-year-old body, managing a muscle overload, with 3 weeks to prepare for a tournament where the record of records is within reach. But only if he stays on the pitch. This creates a psychological pressure on Messi unlike anything he has faced before. He is not just trying to win a World Cup, he is trying to make himself statistically untouchable before the era moves on without him. And in my opinion, that pressure, on a body already managing a hamstring overload across 8 matches in North American heat, is something no sports psychologist can fully prepare you for. The counter-argument? Messi has thrived under pressure his entire career. The bigger the moment, the bigger he has consistently performed. Qatar 2022 was proof. 7 goals, 3 assists, the golden ball, the trophy. If anyone can handle the weight of this, it is him. That is not a weak argument. That is probably the strongest argument anyone can make. In my opinion, pressure and age are the same enemy wearing different clothes. And this summer, they are both arriving at the same time. That is what makes this different from 2022. My verdict on this is going to surprise some of you, because it is not the conclusion I expected to reach when I started looking at this. Based on everything we have covered, here is my honest read. Argentina are absolutely a genuine contender to win this World Cup. The squad is experienced, deeply coached, and built around the best player who ever played this game. That is not nothing. That is everything. But in my opinion, the idea that this is a formality, that Messi gets his fairy tale and everyone goes home happy, is the wrong frame. This is the hardest tournament Argentina will have faced under Scaloni. 8 matches, summer heat. A squad arriving at the opener with their goalkeeper, their captain, and their best centre-back all carrying fitness concerns. A specific tactical gap where Di María used to play. And a 38-year-old who turns 39 before it is over, having just trained separately from his teammates in the days before the tournament begins. The numbers suggest France and Spain are the narrow favourites for a reason. England are close. Brazil, Portugal, Argentina are genuine contenders. But they are not the clear favourite, whatever the emotional narrative wants you to believe. What I think is this. If Messi arrives at June 16th fit, if that hamstring holds, And if the squad stays intact through the heat and the bracket, Argentina can win this. Genuinely. The quality is there. But if that fitness question becomes real in the quarter-final or the semi-final, if one key component of that system breaks down, this tournament ends early. And this chapter of football history closes in a way that will hurt for a very long time. That, in my honest view, is the real story of Argentina at the 2026 World Cup. So here is what I want to know. Do you think Argentina win it? And more specifically, do you think Messi has enough left to break Klose's record and lift the trophy in the same summer? Because those are two different questions, and most people are only thinking about one of them. Drop your honest take below. I am genuinely reading every single one.